Hey Chat DJ. So, we're organising the annual tech review for Digital Jersey, and we need some quick-fire ideas for a lively opener to the event. A few years ago, we did a Star Wars thing, and we've been scratching our heads on how we can top it. We need a brilliant script that speaks to tech people in their language. Got anything?
Sure, here is a script in a digital language. 0010110100.
No. Not in binary language. We need to speak to human beings in a language that the people of Jersey will understand.
Soyez les bienvenus, mesdames et messieurs.
No, that's in Gerio. Look, forget about the script for now. We need to build anticipation for the event with stirring music that tech people will love.
Here is popular techno music.
That's techno music, not tech music. Listen, the purpose of this event is to celebrate the greatest accomplishments of the island's digital community over the past year and champion the incredible talent powering our tech economy. We need some star quality to kick off this event with a bang. Think Golden Globes.
Do you want me to roast Tony Moretta like Ricky Gervais?
No.
Really, it's no trouble. I could talk about his...
Stop. We want to champion icons of the tech industry. No, figures of real authority. It's all about the impact that technology is going to have on our future.
Following an industrial disagreement, our AI assistant has gone on strike. The following feature film will be produced by a human production team.
Please switch off your mobile phones and devices. They may be hijacked by a malevolent AI. Enjoy the film.
Looking back at 2023, we've come a long way as a digital island. It's been an epic journey of cinematic proportions, so this year we're bringing our annual review to life on the big screen. Oh, and guys, this is a cinema, so a quick few house rules. Go easy on the rustling, please turn off your phones, I'm looking at you Tony, kick back and enjoy the film. It's been the most innovative year of the decade. Against this backdrop of breakthroughs, we're steering the island into a digital future that accelerates every sector of our economy and innovates all corners of island life.
Tonight is all about celebrating the talent and hard work of the individuals and businesses that make Jersey's tech industry so special.
We are looking forward to integrating digital into our heritage and the future of our Jersey Royal.
In Jersey is that cross-fertilisation of ideas, which is really important, and there's a lot of opportunity for innovation at almost every step of the way.
We're enabling people to bid for funding for projects which will use technology to address major challenges in Jersey.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Digital Jersey Thursday Thinking Podcast.
We're joined by Leo Harrison,
Tom Hackle,
Catherine Young,
Henry Lawson.
We're here in Barcelona to see some of the amazing innovation here at Smart City Expo.
I think we, as the digital sector, can set an example with ProMatch.
The reason why we do this is to have an impact.
You have done already so much here. I think the only thing is stick to the plan and deliver.
It's the power of connection that creates digital possibilities. We collaborate with a thriving network of investors, business leaders, policymakers, and entrepreneurs to exchange knowledge and make the incredible happen.
When I started out in aviation, the sector was stagnant. Developments weren't really happening. The last 5 to 10 years, that's changed rapidly.
Automation is coming, and in many ways it's here.
Hi Anthony, David, nice to see you again. Obviously it's been a while since we caught up in person, but really interested to understand a bit more about what's going on with the A-List project. 2024 is the big year, so really excited to see what you guys have got coming up and when you're going to be in Jersey and trialing this stuff in the real world environment.
Yeah, I mean we've not been over in 2023 as much as we've liked, and the main reason for that is we've just been so busy over here. We're running a succession of flight trials here in the UK. Just a reminder of what we're trying to do. We're trying to sort of integrate uncrewed and crewed aircraft flying in the same piece of airspace. And lots of people have talked about doing that before, but really what they've been doing is segregated them. They've been flying them in little lumps of their own airspace. What we're doing is following what crewed aviation does, and having basically three pillars of safe separation through time, laterally and vertically.
Just as a reminder for everyone, like why is Jersey such a good test bed for that? Why are you testing it here?
We initially approached the ANSP, Ports of Jersey Air Traffic Control, are really well regarded around Europe for being innovative. They were the first to receive approval for a remote digital tower. And in fact, it's something that we've seen right across the island, really. I mean, through our connections with Digital Jersey as well. It's a region of the world that's very, very interested in future technologies.
And in terms of being able to prove the technology in Jersey, it is a microcosm of a wider system. So we're able to do things at a scale that is viable now, and then seek to deploy elsewhere at a larger scale. And that's perfect for us.
And you mentioned April and June. Can you give us a little glimpse of what we can expect to see on the islands in 2024? Like
what we're setting up is a temporary, a restricted area so that we can trial these new technologies off the north coast of the island. We've been particularly sympathetic towards any environmental issues. These aircraft are electric, they're very quiet. We'll be flying those aircraft then in a close coordination with air traffic control to make sure that other aircraft stay away and we can operate safely. And then what we're doing is flying these aircraft in relatively close proximity. Initially, just uncrewed aircraft. We'll be flying 3, 4, and maybe 5 aircraft at a time. And once we're confident with that, we're bringing in a crewed aircraft operated by an organisation, a company called Draken, who have got a lot of experience in flying sort of these special type operations, research and development type flights, just to show that we can bring crewed aircraft and uncrewed aircraft cooperating and flying interchangeably in the same piece of airspace.
This is the stepping stone, but the opportunity that it opens up is enormous.
You know, being in the industry, what we want to do is make it as safe, if not safer. So it's not just a case of what you can do with the technology. It's been able to provide evidence that you can do that consistently and at scale so that public confidence grows.
And GESTONE is an accelerator program that was actually born in South Africa. It's been going for 10 years now and has expanded into the rest of Africa with ambitions to spread into other parts of the world. So we decided to partner with them to bring them to Jersey, Channel Islands and the United Kingdom. So typically a startup is pre-revenue. It's from a good idea to I have a product where this is the business has got a product, has made their first pound, and so there is some market for their product. And the idea is to take them through a 6-month accelerator program to unpack every aspect of their business and help them to get rapid growth. In terms of the objectives, can we get businesses to move to Jersey? Can we bring new opportunities, new products, new innovations to the island? Can we create new jobs for the younger generation that are looking for new things, and sustainability being one of those as well? Can we attract businesses in the sustainability arena? And that's very much part of our agenda is that impact focus. But I think the answer is yes.
So Innovate UK Edge is a one-to-one business support service for innovative businesses. So it's fully funded by Innovate UK to help businesses on their innovation journey. I was quite pleased a few months back when we discovered that the Channel Islands and companies on the Channel Islands were eligible for Innovate UK Edge support, as long as they're a small, medium-sized enterprise. And I think around that time we started to talk to you guys at Digital Jersey to work up how we could make that relationship work more fruitfully. So.
I mean, it's an interesting point, isn't it? Because up until last year, we assumed that Jersey would have no support at all from the UK, being independent from the UK. But the ability to be able to tap into your pool of innovators and startups, there's a good opportunity for us as a much smaller ecosystem to work with something a lot bigger.
No, absolutely. And like I said, from our perspective, part of what we do is networking businesses with each other to help them innovate and partner on activities. So we've got this sort of whole very local to international scope.
You know, you guys are now, whenever you see opportunities that you think might work or be suitable for Jersey, you ping them across to us, and we can sort of evaluate and look at whether it's suitable for the Jersey sandbox, as we call it. And a great example of that was, I think yourselves recommended Matt Elms from Pollenize, who was doing some work on Asian Hornets, which is obviously very topical here in Jersey.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I think that's a really good example where we were already working with Pollenize as an SME to take their innovation and see how we could help them grow. Take that innovation and testing it is part of that growth journey. And so having a test bed with you guys in Jersey not only helps Jersey, it helps Pollenize to give them the sort of data and experience of doing what they're doing with you, and then we can roll that out and grow their business.
I think there's huge opportunity to collaborate further with you guys, and just looking forward to working closely with you.
So I'm here with Jill Britton, Director General of the Jersey Financial Services Commission, and Anthony Brennan, the new-ish Head of the Innovation Hub at the Jersey Financial Services Commission again. Jill, you published and you commissioned a really great piece of work on looking at what the barriers are to RegTech adoption in Jersey. What's the view these days of the Commission about RegTech and the importance?
Thanks, Tony. So back in 2021, as you say, we commissioned a report on the barriers to the adoption of technology. A core part of that was how we ourselves can use technology for effective supervision, but also what's our role in supporting the industry with the challenges that they've got in adopting the technology in terms of compliance solutions. So as a result of that, we increased our resources in the area of innovation and brought on board Anthony earlier this year to be able to head up our innovation hub.
So turning to you, Anthony, so you're head of the Innovation Hub. What is the Innovation Hub, first of all, for people watching?
Well, I think it's really an initiative that tries to put more of a focus on the importance of technology within the regulator. And there's a very much a strong outreach aspect to that. So that's with industry, it's with vendors, it's with other agencies in particular, and a lot of collaboration. And as Jill mentioned before, it's with international regulators. But we're also there to try to help to guide people who are going through and maybe are experiencing some of those barriers into implementation. So we're really there facing out to industry, but also then being able to relay that information back into policy and back into supervision and enforcement and registry.
And finally, a question to both of you to answer. What have you seen, or what can you see coming down the line that really interests you, really excites you?
I think first of all, I think we've got to think about this and think about data being key, and the way that you can utilise and leverage that data going forward. Now, we talk about the adoption of RegTech, and I think what we should be doing is thinking about the development of SupTech alongside that RegTech growth. And that's the thing that I think that we need to be thinking about. Certainly when you're looking at say, AML and financial crime side of it, that the objective is to do that, and that the guidance and the regulations that are there and the technology that is now developing is there to help you do that. So if we can look at it from one side and industry can look at it from the other side, then we should be able to provide more help. You know, we should be easier to deal with in order to help industry achieve their objectives. That's the bit that's interesting to me.
That's a good answer. Jill?
Yeah, and I would concur with that. We've got to move in tandem, actually, in how we do business. I always say to the team, Jersey's a jurisdiction of choice, not necessity. and therefore we've got to have an ease of doing business whilst upholding good international standards. We've got to keep evolving how we do business and making us relevant for the future, and I think technology has got to be at the heart of that solution.
Well, thank you both for sharing your thoughts with us today, and a big thank you from the Digital Jersey team for being so great to work with over the last year. I don't think we've ever been in a better position to face some of those challenges ahead.
I think so, and I just want to say, Tony, that it's made my job a hell of a lot easier coming into something brand new, and having that kind of network already there and established has been great.
Great, thank you very much. We're here at the Smart City Expo World Congress in Barcelona. Digital Jersey's been here a number of times before as visitors to the Expo and to the conference, but this year for the first time we're taking a stand literally to show off what we're doing in Jersey, to talk to companies about relocation to Jersey, to talk about Impact Jersey, and to talk about Jersey as a sandbox, to trial some of the amazing innovations that people are talking about here at Smart City Expo. So let's get on with the day and see what's here.
I've often described Jersey as my Goldilocks island. Everyone's looking for the next digital transformation, and it can be easier to do it on islands. I know islands are political in themselves and they're not simplistic creatures, but the compliment is you can actually get the right number of people around the table to make things happen, and Jersey's done that over and over again.
I think Jersey is one of the most innovative places that we have worked with. I mean, the data trust itself, the caliber of your team and the level of innovation that's coming out. So yeah, you need to be here to share that with everybody. I think other cities and countries around the world are going to be incredibly interested in the data trust and this proof of concept, this pilot that we're doing with you. Being able to gather this data helps to design and maintain infrastructure and allocate space for something that's going to make it possible.
What I find interesting of these shows is they are themed towards smart cities or AV or mobile telecoms or whatever, but actually you get to see all the businesses around the periphery that are impacted in that area, and that's particularly important to me. So here we've got everything from countries being represented through to high street names like Samsung or Microsoft, etc., and they all put their own slant on this particular area. The smart cities thing covers a wealth of sins, really, from IoT to environmental monitoring to digital twins, etc., and Jersey has a key part to play in all of those areas.
Solveig, we're here at the Smart City Expo World Congress. Most people will think of MasterCard as just payments. Why have you and MasterCard always had a large presence here and been a sponsor of Smart City Expo?
Yeah, actually MasterCard just expanded, its technology and its assets to really serve the city's needs and pain points. We believe we have a lot to offer to cities through our data, through our technology, contactless and so on, but also to use cities as basically the forefront of an ecosystem, public and private companies, to better serve the needs of the citizens.
Great, and Jersey and MasterCard obviously have an MOU, we have an agreement, we're working together on a number of projects. What do you think Jersey could learn from Smart City Expo and the work you're doing at MasterCard that you're talking about here?
I think there's a couple of, areas where actually Digital Jersey and Jersey could explore to better serve again their citizens. One of them is tourism and how you make, better experience of tourists when they come to your island. So this is one area that you could leverage more what we are doing so far. For example, MasterCard is helping 30 plus DMOs across Europe, leveraging our data to better serve again those tourist journeys. Second area is urban mobility. When you want to take, your car, a bike, a bus, you don't want to register each time when transporting across the island. So those are two areas that we would be very happy to continue helping Jersey into.
So you've worked a little bit with Jersey and Digital Jersey. What wider opportunities do you think there are in the world of financial services and payments away from smart city?
First one is, 10 years ago, I think all the financial institutions were looking at front end of the user experience. Now they are all looking at leveraging AI and technology to actually being more efficient on the back end also. So not to compete with fintech, but to basically be able to provide better experience for the consumers. The second trend that we are seeing is all related to ESG. To be honest, there's not one single financial institution now across Europe that is not putting at top of mind what they need to do for environment, for social engagement. The third area is embedded finance. We have seen across Europe lots coming up, with leveraging open banking. So I think this is something maybe to bring back to Jersey also, how to leverage open banking to better serve again your communities, SMEs in particular.
Do you think, from what you've seen of Jersey recently, we should be promoting ourselves as a place for people to test technology, promoting Jersey as a destination for businesses?
Absolutely, and actually I want to really say that Digital Jersey is doing also a fantastic job in terms of putting together the right ecosystem again of partners. It's not only about public entities and government, it's not only about private companies, it's how we work together, large companies, small companies, startups, to really foster innovation together. So I think, to take basically what we have as best assets, all of us together, to build a better world for your citizens.
Thank you, Sylvia. I look forward to working together with MasterCard on many more initiatives in the months and years to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
We know Jersey's invested heavily in its infrastructure. It's obviously its fibre network, and it's soon to be delivered new 5G networks. And Jersey really has an opportunity to showcase itself, attract inward investment, and really look at businesses and partners that it would like to collaborate with in the future. Equally, it's quite reassuring to hear similarities of issues, not only in the apparent in Jersey, also being reflected and spoken about in other places. Big cities like Barcelona, Milan, Madrid. Jersey's obviously a very small place in comparison to those, but there will be some lessons that can be learnt and interesting approaches that could be adopted going forward to make St Helier and Jersey a better place.
So Ericsson is working with Jersey Telecom to deploy a new mobile network which includes 5G. So once that is deployed, there will be a fantastic bubble of connectivity, and it'll be amongst the leading mobile networks in Europe once it's deployed. But specifically for doing good for Jersey, it enables the other state-owned entities and other enterprises to work with Jersey Telecom to deploy applications and services that benefit things like the healthcare system, education, the transport system on the island, and all sorts of areas of public life.
Really important thing for policy to always have an outward-looking focus. So how do we not leave anyone behind? A just transition is a really important principle for the carbon neutral roadmap. So making sure that fairness and equity and inclusion are part of our transition to net zero is something that's been really inspiring for me to consider how we add that into our policy making. Really important opportunity for us to be here, to be seen and to connect.
What a fantastic couple of days. It's been awesome. We've been here with the team here in Barcelona, and we've been doing a lot of learning, a lot of talking with governments, a lot of talking with innovators, the solution makers who've had the ability to create these ideas and bring them to market. It's been an opportunity for us to learn and hear about all the latest things that's been happening and how we can bring it all through to you. All right, see you guys later.
It's only through upgrading our own digital skills that we can compete on the world stage. That's why we are more focused than ever on upskilling every sector of the island's economy so that we can keep pace with the speed of innovation.
Nothing else meet people that are like-minded and doing the same sort of journey as you are.
I think it really is for everybody at any age, any journey.
This is just a start, and I'm excited to see where it takes me.
The overwhelming response to the applications, the calibre of the applications was just, next to none. And it sets a great tone for Jersey's innovation sector and entrepreneurial sector.
Being on the bootcamp this year was pretty transformative in the way that we really got to understand what it meant to build and scale a business.
Working a 9 to 5 whilst trying to develop a product that's so incredibly time consuming, the stipend from Digital Jersey was a massive help. Each week we'd have industry experts in.
Henry Lawson,
Tom Hackle,
Leo Harrison,
Catherine Young.
If you can do these 3 things within your business or your products, know you're on the right path to building something that people are going to buy and want.
You are investing in the future of technology. You're investing in the future of what you feel will be the new economy. And I think you're right in the way you're going. I've really enjoyed the discussion, the breadth of the startups you had, and also the level of investment and time and effort that you're putting into this to make it a proper incubator, as I would call it.
I think from my point of view, Seb, seeing the motivation that some of the real youth had and the talent that we saw across the boot camp, and just seeing that some of that energy, passion and innovation coming through bodes a really great opportunity for the island and for the technology future for the island.
Jersey is a very great ecosystem for innovation. And the reason why is pretty much everything is, accessible. One of the challenges you always have is having accessibility. So when you're doing emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, or in this case, generative AI, one of the things you're always wanting to do is get full appreciation and make sure that you squash bias. And one of the things we have with Inside Jersey is we have the ecosystem, in a very small piece of physical, but we also have a very well engaged ecosystem, which is quite, really good from us as a technology organization.
So yeah, to be honest, I thought it'd be worth giving you a little bit of an update. We finished the boot camp in April. We had a fantastic evening where they all pitched, and we did a sort of a brief competition. And actually, John, the sort of winner of the competition, following your advice, the winner of competition, we took to Slush that you'd presented at.
After winning bootcamp, I got a place at Slush, which was a 2-day conference in Helsinki, and it's the world's largest tech conference. So it was quite an experience, buzzing from the moment we walked in. There's over 5,000 people there. I felt super inspired by the end of it, and gives you a little bit of fuel to carry on going.
And the network has really proven to be invaluable in offering guidance, feedback, insights into the industry, and it's just something I wouldn't have had access to otherwise.
I think that the key takeaway is the degree and scale of innovative thinkers here and entrepreneurial minds that really rose to the surface.
Don't be afraid to ask those questions that seem really silly. Just put 100% into it, because I think if you put 100% into 12 weeks, a lot can happen from that, and it happened for me.
In 2023, Digital Jersey saw the introduction of a credit scheme. We found it was easier for businesses to bank a lot of CPD hours rather than have their employees come to them piece by piece to apply for individual courses.
The credit scheme is really good for Mason Breeze because people want to do their training at different times and want to do different types of training. So you buy a bulk load of credits and then you just apply for the courses that you want. It's quite bespoke.
Rather than the lengthy process of applying each time they want to do some CPD, the credits allow them to pick and choose what they need and make it much more seamless for businesses.
What we see is, especially as project managers, is that there's so many tools available to us where we don't need to pay additional money for. And it's about knowing the right tool in the toolbox. So it just gives us a little bit more sophistication in what we do.
Sometimes individuals might want to access the individual credits, which give them unlimited learning hours through the year.
Absolutely, I'd recommend the scheme to others. It's face-to-face training, it's relevant, it's up to date. You can walk away having that learning embedded straight away.
I
realised that I had quite a long summer after my first year of uni, and I really wanted to do something quite productive with that time, gain experience. So I was searching for opportunities and I came across Digital Jersey's website. I was there for about 4.5 months. I mainly worked with the strategy team. A lot of my work was focused on Impact Jersey, which is really useful for me to see what the island's already doing. People going straight into uni from school, you know, if you don't take a gap year, it can be very difficult to know what actually works for you if you haven't already got a lot of experience. You know, just trying different things, grabbing different experiences when, you know, the opportunity arises really helps give direction for when it properly matters.
Hi, I'm here with Stuart Penn, Head of Skills. We've been working together for the last few years on courses and what that's going to look like going forward. So here at the Digital Jersey Academy, we've been focusing on digital skills. Highland's been looking at non-digital skills. The partnerships work great with Skills Jersey. Why do you think it's important that Gov is that facilitator?
I mean, it's really important that government takes the lead and helps facilitate conversations about skills. The fact that we've started in 2023 building a skills system in Jersey that's very much based on what we started between Digital Jersey Skills and Highlands College, where we all work together with a single voice of employers being able to speak about skills and highlight their needs now and in the future, government being able to talk about what the skills needs and where the economy is going to have to support that, and of course the training providers, people like yourself are the experts in how do you deliver these ideas that we're coming up with, how do you close these gaps with qualifications and training.
Brilliant, because I'm always looking for more people, so do get involved if you're interested. Partnership is key.
It is indeed.
The Digital That Delivers programme was an initiative between Digital Jersey and Visit Jersey, which took place in March last year, 2023. We're very committed to making the digital customer journey as seamless and transparent as we can, so that the customer's got everything they need to know and at their fingertips, so they can book the trip to Jersey. And what did they learn about? All about, you know, your Google listings, there's prices of things or how to book, and also things like search engine optimization, the lines of GDPR and cybersecurity. You know, it's a big issue at the moment, and I think people need to understand what that actually means to them at a small business level, to bring people in and help educate them on how to attract more visitors to Jersey using the different digital platforms that are available.
Powering innovation has been at the heart of our work in 2023, and we've seen some major initiatives come to life.
Hi there. Now it's the point we're going to touch base with Julie Green over in Canada. You might recall that she came to the island last year to discuss Impact Canada and how the program actually works. Let's see what she's up to. Hi Julie, thanks for joining us and thanks a lot for being here. How's your year been so far?
2023 was a great year for Impact Canada. Just to sort of encapsulate a few things, we launched a few challenges that we've been working on over the last year, some really important pieces in housing and agriculture. We have continued to build our incredibly talented team. And we've also spent a lot of time focusing on impact measurement and understanding the so what of our challenges. So there's a few things we've been up to in the last year. What have you been up to in the last year?
It's been an interesting journey. And I think, you know, as I was saying before, it's been a very steep learning curve for us. You know, we had approval in February. We wanted to launch our first open program in June, and sort of be able to sort of look at, you know, how we can understand our innovation ecosystem here on Ireland. The methodology is really interesting of running a challenge program, but it's really important to make sure that it's contextualized and that it works for the area in which it's going to be deployed in. One of the things that was quite highlighted to us was, you know, we've got a small innovation ecosystem on the island. When we're sort of delivering a challenge to market, we need to really understand who are the innovators that are going to apply.
So there is as much impact in many cases of picking up the phone, of sending out emails, of doing things a little bit more old-fashioned, even in an innovation program, than you might expect. So it is really important to have that central platform And that's consistently where your challenges are going to be launched so that people know where to go to look for new opportunities.
The breadth of knowledge that you bring to the screen, and a lot of the lived experience that you've had. It's great to have you on board, and this isn't the last time that we'll be catching up, Julie.
No, it isn't. It's not the last time you've seen me, Jersey, that's for sure. So I'm really pleased to be able to share that I have been appointed to sit on an oversight group within the government of Jersey as an independent member who will help to provide advice on and guidance on what a challenge program looks like. I'm excited and invested in the success of Impact Jersey.
Thank you, and it's great to have you on board. And on behalf of the Digital Jersey team, it's great to be able to tap into your expertise. The Open Grant program was launched in summer of 2023, offering local innovators the opportunity to be awarded up to £75,000 to develop tech-driven solutions to address one or more of the 8 strategic priorities. Let's take a closer look at Air Rescue Channel Islands Limited, drone emergency services, and Andium Homes, supported by IoT Channel Islands.
One of our core values is to provide decent homes for all. And this project gives us the opportunity to do that.
The sensor project that we put application into Impact Jersey, we've talked about how to personify this project and renamed it into the Healthy Home Project.
I think people are a lot more aware now of their environment and how to sort of improve the conditions in which they live in. In terms of how we can achieve better insights into making these changes, we would go about by installing sensors, environmental sensors into the home, with a very simple set of sensors measuring things like temperature, humidity, CO2. With the data that's pulled out from that, you're actually able to extrapolate a whole lot of additional metrics.
In January 2023, we experienced a terrible flood in Grand Vaux. As part of this pilot project, we'll be deploying water sensors within the drains at Grand Vaux, which gives us an early warning system when we think that the water is rising, gives that opportunity to stop that happening again. Of course, the biggest outcome from all of this is to be able to improve their homes, improve their lives by using this new technology.
So my background has been digital for 20 or so years. I've set up a few startups. So I've always been into this sort of technology world. I moved over to Jersey Coast Guards about 6 or 7 years ago and worked in the operations room for 5 years and just really started to see how technology could help with search and rescue. Impact Jersey came around just at the right time for us, and it seemed like a really good fit.
Prior to the launch of Air Rescue Drone Team, Coast Guard had very limited access to any drone resources, as they usually sat with the fire service. Now with Air Rescue, we have 24 hours, 7 days a week access to a drone that's dedicated for the island's emergency services.
The large search and rescue drone we have was very much built for search and rescue, so it can be launched very quickly. Weather resistant, it's got a very powerful 200 times zoom, it's got 2 or 3 other cameras, including thermal.
One of the key features that the drones have is the ability to live stream footage from on scene directly into the operations room. This then provides the enhanced situational awareness of what's actually happening out on scene.
For this to work properly, it needs to be a 24-hour operation. So the idea is that any emergency service can call us in 24 hours a day, and there'll be somebody available with the 4 drones who can arrive on scene within a few minutes. And that's the sort of difference, is that the emergency services have that ability to deploy the drone very quickly.
My team here at PwC Channel Islands is providing support for the evaluation of the first round of projects of Impact Jersey. We're looking at how the projects are supporting or enabling the development or adoption of new technology in the Jersey context. It's about how that technology adoption can help solve the island's social and environmental challenges. One thing that's really surprised us so far is how much additional funding or additional in-kind resources has been crowded in through these projects as a result of that Impact Jersey funding. So we can really see the Impact Jersey funding acting as a catalyst for wider resources, which is really positive. As I say, it's early days, and the next phase of the projects will be to actually begin delivery and see what results they get from that, but that's all pointing in a really positive direction.
Everything that our hardworking team has achieved in 2023 has been accelerating us towards that digital future. We're ramping up our efforts to make a positive economic impact for the island in 2024 and beyond.
Data Trust is all about sharing of information. Digital Twins is about representing that so you can look at the life cycle of data. And you know, the brilliant thing about what you've done here in Jersey is you called it a life cycle data trust, which kind of hits the nail on the head.
There is going to be a global market in data stewardship services. It's going to be extremely lucrative.
Data is another form of what we can administer and hold to high international standards.
There's not much more to it. You're good to go. As soon as you cycle off with the light on, you're collecting data for life cycle.
So last year, we just started the Data Trust, and over the last year we've recruited 500 cyclists and we've logged 100,000 kilometres of cycling data, hundreds and hundreds of ride reports.
I mean, it's so impressive what the cyclists in Jersey have done so far. They've already cycled more than 85,000 kilometres, and that means, well, 0.879 kilograms of carbon have been saved.
The great news is that over the course of a year, we've managed to build a huge database and we're starting to generate really useful insights.
Well, Jersey have created something as a test bed, as you're the first people to invent a proper trust governing it that makes sense in terms of, you know, economics and tax efficiency and regulatory flexibility. And a proper trust means that people are going to invest in it because people are already investing in Jersey trusts, and data trusts are just an extension of what's already here. But the global opportunity of having something to invest in and then to get investors into that is enormous.
The focus this year has really been about building the database and generating insights and designing the process for sharing data. So we've been working quite closely with the infrastructure and environment team within government to support data sharing requests from them, because they are the primary user of this type of data. They can really make a difference.
Honestly, it's a really great start to the project, so I'm really excited to see, you know, given the volume of data that's coming in from Jersey, the true impact that's going to be achieved from this project, not only through the management of the data trust, but also what Jersey is going to do with this data to transform for cycling.
If you use your digital twin alongside a data trust, and ideally also a data platform, you'll be able to plan your infrastructure better, you'll be able to plan your schools and services better, your bus services, all those kind of cycling routes, obviously. It'll be a planning tool for government. It'll be something that people can interface with and give real-time feedback into. And it's going to be something that will be world-leading because of your trust structure will give people the confidence to, because it's properly stewarded, properly governed, safe and secure, to actually use it. And the usability of it, I think, is where you'll probably see most success.
So the lifecycle data set really forms just one piece of the jigsaw puzzle for the whole island. And really where we need to go as an island as a whole is to start gathering all sorts of other types of data, like where vehicles are travelling, where walkers are going, which would allow us to model all of the mobility solutions and look for much better solutions for everybody about how we move more efficiently around the island, but safely, and also reducing our CO2 impact. So that's the great prize from this small acorn of a project.
Our success as an island is about more than just digital technology. It's about our ability to integrate those technologies in every arena of island life.
We're here today because you recently moved to Jersey. Could you start by telling us a bit about how you guys kind of set up and what the journey's been?
Yeah, interestingly, Moneybrain is the first online financial advisor. It is now very much heavily involved in digital currency and digital assets.
In a previous life, I was a research scientist, so I did biomedical sciences. How that data was captured from instruments and devices led me to build a software company.
So the metaverse is new technology that's coming everywhere in the world, potentially. So I'm looking at how can we help Jersey create a metaverse, and what are the metaverse opportunities for businesses.
Modern capitalism is having to shift and move. COSI is trying to help leadership and help organisations navigate some of that through the lenses of governance.
Why Jersey? What brought you here? What attracted you here?
For a number of years now, we'd actually looked at more digital-focused jurisdictions. We've always had a look at Jersey because Jersey was the first ever jurisdiction to launch a Bitcoin fund, always being one step ahead, and that's really why we wanted to come here, because the British pound is here, the legal system's excellent, and we also wanted to capitalise on the underlying belief of the technology here.
We would want to meet people in face, but then you have to, come to the island because we don't used to live here, our business wasn't here. And so slowly, I think, we were realizing that, where we need to be business-wise and work-wise, people were really not just understanding, but embracing really what we were really doing. That's why we wanted to relocate to Jersey.
Jersey sort of had everything that we were looking for. It's that combination really of the technology focus and support, along with the island life and the community that we can build and create.
Digital Jersey have been amazingly helpful, and I think kind of one of the thought processes that I went around when scoping out where I could relocate was, what is that entrepreneurial community or network going to be like? Because I'm incredibly motivated. I really enjoy building businesses, and in the past I've been able to tap into these ecosystems that have really helped slingshot my journey.
Are there things that Digital Jersey has helped, since you've been here? Obviously introductions and the network as well that's on offer. Has that benefited you at all yet?
One of the things that excites me about Jersey is the digital focus, okay? So for me, that is my life, right? Technology is my life. It's all about new technology that's coming, and Digital Jersey is focused on that, and the understanding is already here, right? There are people here that you can talk to that understand what I'm talking about.
Does Digital Jersey have signed a memorandum of understanding with MasterCard? That's with MasterCard Europe, it's not with MasterCard UK. So the work that's been done by Digital Jersey, getting that memorandum of understanding is a key point of our next stage of our development.
We found in Jersey, and maybe others might find, is a willingness to seek to understand if there are different ways of doing things.
As an entrepreneur, I've been well and truly bitten by that bug, and I'm very excited about setting up these next businesses, and very excited about selling these businesses up in Jersey. And the fact that I'm selling products all around the world, because it's a software play, it doesn't necessarily matter where I am based. And so for me, yeah, I'm very excited about that next step of my journey.
We will develop a world-class reputation as a sandbox for tech companies to test cutting-edge digital solutions before they go to market, and will continue to support homegrown talent that helps us build a sustainable future for the tech economy.
Our project aims to develop an AI automated Asian Hornet detector and nest tracking system. This should help the Asian Hornet teams to locate the nests much quicker and earlier on in the year, which means that the ecological damage that the hornets do will be reduced.
Asian hornets are an invasive species. They originated in Asia, believed to have arrived in Europe in 2004, but they arrived in Jersey, first one in autumn of 2016.
We have an employed AI camera, which is above a bait station, and the AI camera recognises when an Asian hornet visits the bait station, and it sends us an alert. So we're trialling it in Jersey because we've had the hornets here for a number of years, and the volunteer Asian Hornet team have been tracking and destroying nests in a really well organised fashion.
The technology that Matthew's working on, the Pollenizer working on, will both help and mirror the work that we're doing. So quite a lot of our work is just monitoring for the presence of hornets in a particular area. So that can be done through a trap and a member of the public, perhaps a trap hanging in their garden, but it can also be done in a technical way, perhaps with a device that can identify the presence of hornets. So I think the technical solutions go hand in hand with the kind of engagement with volunteers. And I'd never want to close off any avenue. It's another tool in the armoury, which I welcome.
Jersey offers itself as an amazing sandbox to test solutions like ours. We hope to utilise the amazing connectivity of the island, particularly with its LoRaWAN and 4G networks, so we can create a mesh network of these Hornet AI devices across the island to help local government and the Asian Hornet volunteers reach more nests more quickly and to reduce the ecological damage that the hornets are doing.
2023 has been quite an interesting year for the digital twin. We've been working closely with government getting the wind farm consultation that they've been doing and actually embedding it in the digital twin. This has been really useful because it means islanders can get the real perspective. You can adjust the tides, you can adjust the weather, the sun, and you really get an understanding of what that wind farm will look like. So let's take a look and see what it looks like now. So this is in the digital twin. So you can see obviously St Helier there. We've got a couple of the sort of points of interest, King Street, Fort Regent, etc. And if I just rotate round in the digital twin environment, you'll be able to actually see the wind farm location that the government are looking at and the consultation they're looking at. So just those boxes out there, they're actually looking sort of, west, southwest of the island. And the benefit of having these pins around is we can actually fly to any of those points in the digital twin instantly. So just as a reminder of what the digital twin is, we have a full LiDAR model of the whole island, which is government's data from 2019. And we've then embedded all of the buildings on the island across that digital model. So you can see the whole island in an in situ, and you can start to overlay data sets in a variety of different ways. From Corbière Lighthouse, I can go out to the wind farm itself. You can actually see what the wind farm looks like at height and the number of turbines they're looking at. And in the distance in the background, you can see St Briac wind farm that already exists. So it's really good to give you a sort of comparison of what's existing there versus what the government are consulting on at the moment. So as you can see, the digital twin's been a really powerful tool in 2023, and we're looking at 2024. There's going to be a suite of other things coming, various different projects that are going to be going into the digital twin. And just as a reminder, if you want to use digital twin, come and have a conversation with us. If you think you've got something where the digital twin can be a useful asset, come and have a conversation. We also have a hackathon in 2024 where we're looking at combining the tool of the digital twin with some of the GIS data from government and actually having a hackathon trying to solve some problems. So make sure to sign up to Digital Jersey and stay aware of what's going on in the community.
Our vision for the island future is a highly skilled, expertly trained, adaptable workforce built for the digital age and the exciting opportunities it brings.
Well, welcome guys, thanks for joining the call. We're with Dave and Tom talking about our F1 in Schools initiative this year. Tom, do you want to give us a brief highlight of what F1 in Schools is about and sort of the power of what it can do for schools and the children going through it?
Yeah, it's a competition for 11 to 19-year-olds, and it's a STEM competition where students design and race miniature F1 style cars. But it's more than that, it's wider than STEM, so students have to create design engineering portfolio to support what they've done in the design and manufacture of their car. They have to create an enterprise portfolio where they liaise with local organisations and local engineering firms to raise sponsorship money or expertise. They have to do a verbal presentation in front of experienced judges. And finally, they create sort of a brand and pit display area where they've got to think more graphically about how they can represent their team and their brand or any values that they've got in the competition.
And I mean, Dave, from your perspective, what do you think this is going to do for school children on the island?
I think one of the key messages that we want to provide is that there's fantastic opportunities over here to take part in some really high-level challenges. I think often people think that Jersey is a little bit out of the way and we don't really get those same opportunities, but this is going to be, this is going to be a really tough challenge for the students. We're going to be looking at some very talented young people. We've seen already the response from the schools. I think once we get in front of the students as well as the teachers, obviously they'll buy into it for sure. We'll get good numbers. I'm looking forward to it.
It sounds really great. Tom, the competition side of things, how does that all work?
In terms of the actual competition day, teams arrive about 9 o'clock, set up the pit displays, and then it's racing and judging. So the teams have their own specific timetable and they sort of work their way around all the different areas. So on track racing, engineering judging, verbal judging, enterprise judging, etc. And then that all sort of culminates in everyone finishing around 2:30. We put all the scores into a spreadsheet and have an award ceremony where we sort of recognise the best teams, but we've also got some star quality awards where judges can make nominations for teams. So we try to showcase and celebrate as many of the teams as possible.
Amazing. Well, thanks very much for joining the call, guys. Yeah, we look forward to seeing how this changes and develops over the course of 2024.
The digital world moves fast, and so do we. It's been an incredible journey since Digital Jersey was formed 10 years ago to accelerate our tech economy. We've come a long way since then to the fast fibre, future-focused, digitally skilled island we are today. We're proud of our achievements so far, and it's been quite the year, but we are by no means resting on our laurels. There's still a lot of important work to do as we usher in 2024 and the exciting opportunities it brings. We work tirelessly to accelerate the evolution of our tech industry and help it achieve the international acclaim it deserves. But we also know that innovation doesn't happen in isolation. It's about faith in our island community to build a digital society as well. The pace of change will continue to move inexorably forward in 2024, but we know that our future is much bigger than our past. Thank you for joining our annual review. We hope you feel inspired to help us build our digital future in the year ahead. It's still here. It's over. Go home. Go.